Hello, fellow podcast viewers. How y'all doing today? This is Bay Taylor with another episode of Street Sobriety. I'm here with, I guess you can say my sponsor. This is Akera. She's one who's really been with me through this recovery thing. When I was out there, lost my addiction, she would like page me. Or text me at least once a week. How you doing? How you doing today? And when you're high, man, you don't want to hear that. And I was like, a lot of times, like, man, I don't want to hear this. But she always supported me, man. Never judged me, but always just asked me how I was doing. So she's like a true counselor. Akira, you mind telling people a little bit about yourself and your background?
Well, my name is Akira, and actually, I just celebrated 4 years 2 days ago, so I have 4 years sober now.
Right now.
What else would you like to know?
A little bit. What was you like? What was your background? Like your drug of
So
choice?
my
And
drug of choice was heroin. I did a little bit of crack, but just like for a year, I only did crack for a year. But heroin was my drug of choice, and I actually got on heroin because I got shot, so I ended up doing pain pills, taking pain pills. So from the pain pills, I went to heroin, I progressed to heroin, and that's how I got on heroin actually.
man, so with the heroin, it's kind of a different drug of choice because it not only affects your mind but your body. You like have to have it.
Right.
So so you progress from that to crack, and how was that? I mean,
Well, I smoked crack for a year. Thank God it was only for a year, so that wasn't something that I was really. Crack wasn't really my thing. It was the heroin that was my thing. Before the heroin was the pills. So the pills, and before pills was alcohol. So the progression was there.
all right. Well, like I said, no drugs are good. Man, ask you a question. How did you get off drugs? Like, how did you overcome this whole?
So it just so happens that I was living down in Florida, and one day I ended up committing a crime. I committed a crime, and I remember being in jail, and I was like, doing things. I'm like, I'm doing stuff to hurt people. That's not what I do. That's not who I am. And I said a prayer, and I was like, God, but if you get me into this program, then I'm gonna try to do whatever I can from that point forward to make sure that I do the right thing. So that's kind of what led me into. I went to a program called Stepping Stones down in Florida, and I got into the program. They let me out of jail into the program, and it was funny because they didn't allow violent crimes to be into the program,
Yeah,
but for
yeah.
some reason I was able to get into the program. So they let me into the program, and from that day forward, I was like, okay, this recovery life, I'm going to try to live it to the best of my ability. Unfortunately, that wasn't the end of my story as far as getting high was
Yeah, yeah.
concerned, because I relapsed in between that time. But since then, I've been on the right track.
Okay, and you said you relapsed, so it's like just maybe a week thing, or
Yeah, it was like, so I had a friend. I was in sober living down in Florida, and I had a friend that was out. She was actively using, and I knew she was actively using, but I wanted to go visit her and check on her and see how she was doing. I went and did that, and me going to visit her, she ended up needing some drugs. I went with her to go get the drugs, and then there I was again, doing heroin again. So that went on for about a good week or two. I was down in Florida. My family sent for me. My family was like, just come to Georgia, come to Georgia. So I came to Georgia. Ever since I came to Georgia, I ended up going to another place called Mary Hall Freedom Village. I went there to get recovery, and ever since I went there, I've been sober.
it's good to know. So as far as that go, man, it's kind of say your mind really wasn't ready for recovery, should you say? I mean, when you went to visit your friend,
I
because you
still had
knew,
reservations.
yeah, well, because you knew at the same time your friend did drugs. So when you went to visit her, you kind of knew that
I
this
knew it
was
was a
gonna be,
possibility for
yeah,
myself. I had reservations, if so to
yeah,
speak.
that's what you
They say
call
if
it.
you have reservations, then So I had a reservation. I think in my mind, I was thinking because I had never dealt with recovery in my life
Uh
before, and
huh.
I didn't realize recovery is a lifestyle. It's a whole change of your life. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
agree.
So I ended up thinking in my mind, I was like, okay, well, once I have my job back, once I'm making money, once I'm doing this, once I'm doing that, I can do drugs successfully again because that once wasn't my life. I was what you would call a functional addict at the time. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? So I thought that I could go back to that. But that unfortunately wasn't the case for me.
All right, well, it's good to know, man. And now you live recovery. You know what I'm saying? Your whole focus is on recovery. Like I said, when I was using and I was can't say I wasn't ready for change. I was out there. Like I said, you text me at least once a week. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Send me some positive prayers and words of encouragement. And like I said, of course, I didn't want to hear it because I was still using, but you was living recovery. So I mean, how's that been as far as living recovery?
So living recovery is a one day at a time thing. And some days are easier than others. Some days are harder than others. You know what I mean? It's all about the day. And I just, say, God, thy will be done, not mine for the day. You know what I'm saying? And live it like that. I go to meetings, I have a sponsor, I have a network, I have all those things that come along with the sobriety, the living the recovered lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Okay, I understand. You also work at some places where sobriety is.
Yeah, I work at Rise Recovery as well as Mary Hall Freedom Village, which is the same place that I graduated as a participant from. So now I work there. I've been working there for almost 3 years now.
Okay, it's Mary Hall. It's a place where
Women and children and women, single women and women with children come to get recovery.
okay, does it cost? I mean, it's expensive.
No, there's no cost at all. There's no cost. You have to. There's a few things that you have to do in order to get into the program, but as far as a cost, no. They're a nonprofit organization.
All right, that's good to hear. I mean, but like I said, you're one that really actually lives recovery. I mean, I was saying earlier, as far as meetings, I don't go to meetings a lot, but I do believe that maybe this podcast is my way of giving back to sobriety. 'Cause, I mean, in order to be in sobriety, you have to learn to give back to sobriety. So I mean, as far as you work a lot and you do a lot of things that give back. How is your work at Rise? How is that?
That work is pretty good. I work with peers who have mental health and substance use disorders, and they come in and they learn how to heal through artistic expression. So that's through dance, through poetry, through music, through all those different outlets that people tend to use because there's different pathways to recovery. So I do AA, that's my thing, but that's not the way to end all to be all for everybody. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
has their different paths to
yeah.
recovery. So just make that clear.
Okay. So what about what kind of like certificates do you have?
I'm a certified peer specialist and I'm a CARES.
Okay, and both these certificates they take how'd you get them? Like how'd you come about the?
So for so you have to be it's peer they're peer support because that means I'm a peer. So for my CPS mental health, that means that I have a mental health diagnosis. So I have a mental health diagnosis, and then you go through a training. You go through a training. After you go through the training, you take a test, and then once you take the test, you become certified. And for CARES, with CARES is addictive diseases. It's certified peer specialist, but just with addictive diseases. So I qualified because I was on drugs and because I have a mental health status.
Okay, well that's good to know. I mean, cause me myself looks like my life is going that direction as far as becoming a peer specialist or a counselor for drugs. I mean, that's a whole other level what I'm going through, but I got like a big heart for trying to help people who to change, trying to help people in their recovery. So just something I guess that I got to do. But as far as that, like as far as people like reaching for help, trying to find places to go, uh, you do have resources for that.
I have a few resources. I'm not a native of Georgia, but if I don't have the resources myself, I know people that I can call to get the resources for people that need help. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I mean, because I called you about a young lady that wanted to get into recovery, and you gave me like a place for her to go.
Yeah.
She said she did open up the application and applied for it. She said there was a lot of criteria that she might not meet to go to it. But it was another thing that you told me like she needs to work for it.
Right. We can't do more work than somebody else wants to do for themselves. I
Exactly.
can only be peer supportive of somebody, but I can't do the work for them. That's something I've learned being a peer support.
Yeah, they have to do the work themselves. I mean, I guess, and if you really want it, then you will step out and you do the work.
Right.
Yeah, if you don't want it, I don't think the work could be done.
Right. But everybody recovers at their own pace.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, as far as that goes, like the meetings, do you go like meetings like often?
Yeah, I go to meetings at least 3 to 4 times a week.
And how does that help you?
It helps me because I'm able to be around other like-minded people who are also living a recovered life. It's fellowshipping pretty much with people who are living the same lifestyle because we I stopped using drugs and everything like that, but the people around me, even people in my family,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
mean that they've stopped as well. So everybody's not living a recovered life. So it's good to just be around people who are living a recovered life and have the same morals and understanding of recovery.
Okay, so does Georgia have like a big, let's say a family recovery? It's like a place
Oh
where a lot of people are in
yes,
recovery.
yes, there's a lot of people in recovery. We just you were just at the
Oh yeah, yeah.
recovery
What was that? A
recovery
convention?
day ARAD at the Capitol.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
you were
over a
at that.
thousand people.
Right,
Yeah, it was
right.
pretty
So
big.
that just goes to show how many
Yeah,
people are recovered.
yeah.
That was just some people, but there's I don't know the statistics for the numbers, but there's a lot of people in recovery in Georgia.
In Georgia.
Georgia's the number one state
Oh
for
yeah.
recovery, from
Okay.
what I'm told. what I know of. I could be wrong. Don't
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
me if I'm
yeah,
wrong. Don't shoot the
yeah.
messenger. But and I'm
Well,
not just saying that because
yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
part of
yeah.
Georgia. But I think Georgia's the number one state in recovery as we go along right now. Number one state in recovery.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So I guess like I said, this podcast, Streets of Body, about people from the streets who find recovery. Hopefully, like I said, I'm gonna give it to God, let Him do the work in it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna do the work, but let Him, as far as open the doors that need to be open. And this is the number one state. It's something that should really take off. I mean, because people need to tell their story about recovery. I mean, because recovery, I guess it's what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? It's only easy if you make it easy. You know what I'm saying? As far as me and my recovery, my mind is set, so that's why I'm staying focused and staying on recovery. But what do you say to those who may be struggling with it? I mean, as far as recovery, maybe their mind's not set. What are some things they can do?
Well, the thing about it is that a person has to be ready. We can't say when another person is ready to recover. So if somebody is struggling, wanting to reach out for somebody to help them, they can reach out to. There's 988. There's the Cares Connect line. There's different hotlines that they can call to get help from people. But there's just anybody in Georgia that's there's people. There's so many people in Georgia that are recovering.
Yeah, yeah,
So somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody is always available to somebody. So if they want to, they can reach out to me or you. Reach out to you, reach
yeah,
out to
yeah.
me.
Okay, that's another thing. Like I said, I have to, and I do apologize to the viewers. I said I would have resources on my webpage, and I don't. So I mean, I really gotta start working more on my webpage to get it up and running, and maybe even start doing live broadcasts so y'all can text while we're doing the broadcast and ask these questions. I mean, I'm just asking the questions that I think the viewers might want to know. You know what I'm saying? I put myself in their shoes. Maybe if I was fighting with sobriety, maybe I might want to know these questions. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ask these questions. But Akira, like I said, it's lovely having you, and I know you've been doing this for a while. You said 4 years, so it's more like a lifetime journey. Would you say not?
Definitely a lifetime journey that I'm going to be on for the rest of my life. It doesn't stop because we're only the usage is only arrested. It's never cured. So I'm going to be working at this for the rest of my life.
Okay, so that's the question. Do you like actually enjoy it? Enjoy the work you do?
Yeah, I definitely enjoy it. I don't think I would be able to do it if I didn't enjoy it because it's definitely not something that you do for the pay. You have to have a heart for this type of work, and I think I have my heart in it.
They would say like something you're not doing for the pay. I mean, the pay is fair, I
Don't
guess.
don't get me wrong. So you know what I'm saying? You work usually people work they work for a paycheck. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I don't work for the paycheck. I work for the price that I the price that is paid for the work that I do comes from not from a paycheck.
Comes from helping people.
Right.
Huh? Okay, so you just like to help people, which is a good thing. I think so. I guess maybe your heart has to be involved in the sobriety as well as your mind.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I do enjoy talking to you. Like I said, you're really a good sponsor for me. You still hit me with positive things every morning. You know what I'm saying? That's always good to have. I mean, it's always good to have somebody that's always there for you and kind of know what you've been through. I mean, by you smoking crack, like you said, it wasn't your thing, but that was my thing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I got cured from crack by smoking meth. So from one addiction to the next. Like it's not like meth is any better. It was just easier to manage, but it was still an addiction.
Right,
So
and addiction comes in all different
yeah.
forms. Like there's all different forms of addiction because there's eaters overeaters anonymous, sexaholics anonymous. There's all different types of anonymouses out there. So people that think that it just is limited to drugs, that's not true.
Okay, so what about these are they all have AA and well not they be called a different kind of group though for
They
these
have
kind of
their
things,
own
right?
12-step programs.
Okay, okay. And do you don't go to these? I know you don't,
Well, I don't.
right? Yeah.
So I do actually go to other AAs, other A's outside of AA. Yes,
uh,
I do.
okay, all
Yes,
right.
I do.
Yeah, because you had sent me a list with meetings where
Hmm.
just this app just has all the
Yeah, it just
meetings.
has all the meetings.
Yeah.
That's for AA. They have the Narcotics Anonymous one as well. So they have these different like for online. There's a lot of meetings that are online because some of the meetings are not in
Mhm.
person.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of them are only
On
online.
Zoom.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So but they have there's so many different ways to get to meetings to have meetings. So it's like they have DTR, Double Trouble in Recovery. That's
Okay.
for people with mental health and substance use disorders. So they have the meeting combined for them. There's just there's a plethora of meetings available to people.
Do you do any like outreach programs in Atlanta? I mean, I know there's a lot of things. Like I was with Joe last week, and he handed out clothes. I mean, do you do anything like as far as the homeless, handing out food or?
Oh, not yet. Not with an organization. Like I've done it on my own, but
Hmm.
not with any specific organization.
Okay, well, hey, when I get Street Sobriety take off, we start doing it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
call you.
no doubt. You call me.
I'm definitely gonna
I'll be
call you.
ready.
Okay. Well, like I said, Akira, it's really good having you. I know this one's kind of short and sweet to it, but believe me, she'll be on here again, man. We just want to kind of hit a few pointers about getting help. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to getting help for sobriety, man. She's a good person to know. So I'll make sure that so I have a web page up and running with resources, and I'll make sure that you'll be able to get in touch with her through me if need be. You know what I'm saying? But she's a very lovely lady and she helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed to know her as far as recovery goes. So for now, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to Street Sobriety, and there'll be another one coming soon. We'll have one again next week. God bless y'all. May the peace of the Lord be with you as you go.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.